So today I want to talk about what I think a Joe Biden presidency will look like. I think I want to start with this tweet that came out. Apparently there's some theories on what Joe Biden's going to do as far as executive orders. I'm going to throw it up on screen right now. One of them is rejoining the Paris Climate Accord, which is a good thing. Reverse the Muslim ban, reinstate DACA, and reverse Trump's rollbacks of some climate rules that Obama put in place. Now, I saw this and I thought that was good. And it's, these are really genuinely good things that I think he's going to do. The problem is, I think that, those kind of bring us back down to zero, right? Those are just kind of reforming some bad stuff that the Trump administration did, which is, again, a good thing, and these are things he should be doing. But the problem is, I'm more interested in what it's going to look like going forward, right? Because again, this is back to zero, basically taking away all the some of the bad stuff that we did, the Trump administration did throughout its years. So I just want to take a look at what it's going to look like in the future, rather than getting rid of the bad stuff that I already did. So if we go by what Joe Biden ran on, he talked about doing the $15 minimum wage, which I'm not sure if he can do by executive order. He might need Congress to do that. If he did that, that'd be great. And even Chuck Schumer came out the other day, of all people, and was like, oh yeah, Joe Biden should get, I think it was $50,000 of student loan forgiveness, which he totally can do by executive order. So, and if he does do that, that's going to be another genuinely good thing. And if those two things happen pretty early on in the Biden administration, I'm going to have a little bit of hope, to be honest, that it can start doing some good stuff. But, I have more hope now than I did during the election, because if you told me during the election that, Joe Biden's going to go left and everything's going to be fine, I would have told you you were a liar, and I don't believe you, because I don't. And I still kind of believe that. I still kind of believe that the get back to normal sell that the Biden administration was doing is still, that's what they're going to do. They're going to basically, as Crystal Ball put it, make America 2012 again, which is basically, I think, what's going to happen. And if that happens, that's not a very good thing, because I don't think Americans can go back. I think the whole political landscape has changed, but that's not really to do anything with Biden's administration. See, I do have some hope, because I'm seeing what's going on in the House right now with House Democrats and centrist Democrats, and what's going on in the arguments they're having. And I mean, the fact that Chuck Schumer came out and was like, oh yeah, we need to focus on, student debt forgiveness and a bunch of other progressive ideas. Now he's doing that because he feels like he's going to get primaried, which he may, but we'll see what happens with that. But even if, I was very skeptical about the approach of pushing people to the left, these centrist Democrats. But, I mean, if they're really that afraid of getting primaried, then we might actually have some hope here. Now, the other thing I don't want people to forget is that there's a very good chance that Democrats don't have the Senate. So I feel like that's going to be an excuse for the Biden administration and other centrist Democrats to not do anything. And I don't think this country can afford that, to be honest. Especially because that's going to be nonsense, because there's so many things that Biden can do with executive orders, like the stuff I listed at the beginning of the video with DACA and all that kind of stuff. And there's so much more that he can do with executive order. Again, I'm not sure if he can do the minimum wage thing as an executive order. I'm not 100% sure on that. But, there's a lot of stuff the president can do unilaterally, right? And I know for a fact we're not getting out of Afghanistan. That's the one thing that I don't think is going to happen in a Biden presidency. But, and I just hope that it doesn't get any worse. I could see that I could see him lightening up on Iran, which would be good. But I think he's going to be more hawkish towards North Korea, so that's kind of a zero-sum game. But But the point I want to leave on this video, talking about what Biden looks like going forward, because I honestly had a whole thing written down, but then as things started to change after the election, I'm less and less certain of what's going to happen. Again, I think it's just going to be business as usual, and we're going to have the uniparty stuff happening, and it's going to be 2012 again. But I think the chances of Biden moving left are a little bit more than I had first estimated them at. Granted, it's maybe from 2% to 5 now, or 5 to 10, but still, I think there's a chance. And also, just the way the election played out is so, like, I think 2020 in its whole has made me question everything and take all of my predictions with a grain of salt. But the thing I think is the most important is when we talk about the Biden presidency going forward, because like I said, in all likelihood, the Senate will be Republican, and they probably can't get anything past there. Biden can still do so much through executive order, and do not fall for the biggest lie in American politics, which is each party telling their constituents that they can't do anything because of the other guy. Okay? Biden is the president of the United States, and he can do a lot unilaterally. He can do a lot by himself. The power of executive order is powerful, okay? So if you're going to fight Biden and move him left, make sure you know that he can do a lot as the president. He's the president. That has a lot of power, okay? And yes, not having the Senate sucks, and it's going to be bad, and we're probably not going to get half the stuff we need, but that doesn't mean we can't get nothing. So that's the thing I'm going to leave you on. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below. Take it easy.